Hello, welcome to Cover Catechism of the Catholic Church. My name is Jillian Cook. I'm a Father Colby missionary. This is episode 4, and I'm very happy to be with you as always. So yesterday we talked about the Jesus and the law, because we saw in the Catechism number 576 that Jesus was being accused essentially of 3 general things. One, that he wasn't submitting to the whole law, and so we covered that yesterday, why that accusation is ridiculous. 2, that he does not act in line with the centrality of the temple at Jerusalem as the holy place where God's presence is and where God his Father dwells. And 3rd, that he does not have faith in one God whose glory no man can share. And so we'll talk about the 3rd one tomorrow, and today we're talking a little bit about the temple. So the temple, Jesus clearly respected and loved the temple. We see this in his upbringing. Jesus went to the temple for the presentation. Jesus, we know, went to the temple for the feast for when he was 12 years old. We know that his life of working with the apostles was all evolving. That is, his ministry was evolving around the fact that there were certain feasts and times to be in Jerusalem. And that is number 583 in the Catechism. 584 tells us that the temple was the dwelling place of his Father. And so Jesus had a great respect for the temple. The way that others had great respect for the temple as the dwelling place of God, but Jesus knew that God indeed was his Father, that he was God. And he respected it in such a way that there's the time where he kicks out people who are mercenaries, who are making profit off of the people within the temple. He doesn't want his temple to turn into a marketplace. And so he casts them away. Another thing is that Jesus saw that on the threshold, it says in 585, the threshold of his passion, he announced that the temple would be destroyed. He was prophesying, but because of the anger and the envy and the power trip of those who were in authority, those who would accuse him, this prophecy was distorted. You'll remember in the Gospels that they actually have false witnesses saying that he's going to tear down the temple and then he's going to build it up in 3 days, completely missing the prophecy and completely missing the fact that, as we know in 586, that Jesus associates himself with the temple so dearly that he says, he talks about his body as being the temple, that is, his body as being the dwelling place of God, and his body would be brought down but would be raised up in 3 days, as we see in the resurrection. And so there you have it, just a few minutes to share with you a little bit about reminding us how much Jesus loved the temple, how much he respected it, and how much he identified himself with the temple. That is, it was a way for him to promote himself and to let others know just how holy God had made him, just how holy he was by God dwelling in him in a particular way. He could only do that by talking about the temple. That actually shows a great respect for the temple itself, and of course a greater respect for his own body and his own mission and his own ministry. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon in episode 5 when we talk about whether Jesus in fact adored one God. We know the answer to that one, but the Pharisees and Sadducees and all of the authorities and those who were calling out to crucify him apparently didn't. So we're going to run by that tomorrow, and then we'll be entering into the wonderful Triduum. God bless.